everyone, welcome back to TextConnect. In this video, we'll be discussing about the Airjet Weaving process. We have already seen the mechanism of the projectile and the rapier loom. We'll now discuss about another Weft insertion system, that is the Airjet. In the Airjet system, there is technically no mechanical device like a projectile or a shuttle to carry the yarn. तो वेफ्ट कैसे ट्रांसफर होता है? एयर के थ्रू. The yarn is carried by air. Yes, you got it right. Jets of air carry the weft yarn across the loom. Now, on comparing it with the rapier, projectile or the shuttle loom, the weft insertion system in Airjet has a very small mass. तो जब रिलेटिवली एक लाइटर मास को एक्सेलरेट करना होगा तो फोर्स एंड एनर्जी रिक्वायरमेंट्स भी ऑटोमेटिकली रिड्यूस होंगे. एंड दिस इज व्हाई एयरजेट इज सेड टू गिव हाई परफॉर्मेंस विद लो रिक्वायरमेंट्स. Now from this diagram, let us understand the paths of the loom and the yarn passage. The yarn is drawn from the feeder system, where each pick is measured by the measuring drum. The weft is inserted into the reed tunnel via a tandem and a main nozzle. The yarn feeding is controlled by a stopper or a clamp on the feeder. When the two nozzles are turned on, the yarn is released from the stopper. And once the required amount of yarn is drawn, the stopper closes. The tandem and the main nozzle together give the initial acceleration to the yarn. Now the yarn enters into the profile reed. This profile reed acts as a channel for the yarn to traverse across the shed. Once the yarn enters into the shed, a series of relay nozzles are placed at proper intervals which provide high air velocity across the shed. Now once the insertion is complete, the cutter cuts the yarn and the air is turned off. Now that we know the parts of the loom and the passage of the yarn, let us watch a video to understand it better. Air jets insert the yarn into the loom. Now you can see that the tandem nozzle and the main nozzle accelerated the yarn, and then the white nozzles are the relay nozzles. The yarn passes through the profile reed, which is a channel for the passage of air and yarn. So the yarn is drawn from the package and the required amount is measured on the measuring drum. It is then accelerated by the main and tandem nozzle and inserted into the profile reed. And the relay nozzle supply the necessary air and maintains the velocity of the air across the loom. Now that we know the passage of the loom, let us have a look at the yarn insertion system. The profile reed and the relay nozzles form the yarn insertion system. And similarly, there are two other systems. So let us have a look at the three different systems of yarn insertion. The first system includes single nozzles, confuser guides, and a suction unit at the exit. The second system includes multiple nozzles with confuser guides. And the third system includes multiple nozzles with a profile reed. Now we already know about the nozzles and the profile reed, but what is a confuser guide? So confuser guides are a series of flat plates that are placed across the width of the loom. Now as we can see in this diagram, these confuser guides form a channel for the yarn and the air to pass. They are mounted on the sleigh and at the time of beat up, they move out of the shed. Now in the system 1, along with the confuser guides, only the main nozzle is present and there is a suction at the opposite end. these confusers are placed close together and they move in and out every time. So this poses a problem in case of heavy warp density fabrics. Now when there is so much of movement in every cycle, extra stress is added and it also causes abrasion in the warp threads. Another disadvantage is the absence of multiple nozzles, which makes it difficult to maintain the high air velocity across the width of the loom, and thus it limits the total maximum width of the loom. So overcoming this, in the system 2, multiple nozzles in addition to the main nozzle were included. So this ensures high velocity of air is maintained, but the problem of the confuser and the abrasion of the warp thread still remains. So thus a system 3, which we've already discussed about the multiple nozzles and a profile reed, is currently used in standard Airjet machines. So in this system, as the entrance and the exit of the guides is eliminated, the abrasion and the chances of defects reduce. So the relay nozzles maintain higher velocity and they also prevent buckling of yarn. So what is buckling of yarn? Now consider that only the main nozzle is present. So the main nozzle will inject the air and that will push the yarn across the loop. So in this process, the yarn might buckle, that there can be some deformation in the shape. But when relay nozzles are present, they inject air at the tip of the yarn, and this will ensure that the yarn is carried by the air across the loom, and it ensures that the yarn doesn't curve or deform and is carried straight across the loom. So let us now discuss the dynamics of yarn insertion. Whenever any solid body is in motion through a fluid, the fluid exerts a force on the solid. Here the solid is the yarn which is moving in air, which is the fluid. The air will exert forces on the yarn in various directions. The net force exerted by the air on the yarn is the drag force. Now the horizontal component of this force in the direction of yarn motion is known as the skin friction force. So this is due to the friction between the yarn surface and the air, and it depends on the contact of the surface area of the yarn with the air. Now the perpendicular component is known as the pressure drag, which is caused mainly due to the difference in pressure forces acting on the yarn surface. The propelling force which moves the yarn in airjet is provided by the friction between the air and the yarn surface. It increases with an increase in the air velocity and the yarn diameter. Now when the yarn diameter increases, there will be an increase in the contact surface area between the yarn and the air. So this will result in an increase of the propelling force. So summing up the features of the Airjet loom, it clearly answers why it is the most popular used loom in the industry. First one, being the high speed and having a high weft insertion rate of up to 2000 meters per minute. There are few moving parts in the machine, and thus the noise and the vibration levels are lower compared to other systems. The operation of Airjet looms is simpler as less spare parts are required, which also improves the maintenance of the machine. It has reduced floor space requirements, and all of it combined, Airjet produces a wide range of fabrics economically. So this was it from my side. Hope you liked the video. If you like the video, then do like it and share it with all your textile friends. We'll be up with a new video very soon. Until then, stay connected and stay safe.